Oh man, what a good nap I took. I wonder how long it's been. Couldn't have been that long. Oh my. Well, I never thought I'd be making this video. Mainly because I didn't expect it would get to this point. But I find it kind of crazy how after all this time, we still don't have progression. Or any of the updates that were promised for that matter. I'm recording this video today at 4:30 in the morning on December 10th on a Tuesday. Because, I don't know, I hate myself. You know what I find even crazier is that we've been promised these updates for a while now, and yet we've never gotten them. I'm pretty sure for the progression update, we've been promised this for at least 3 years. I think building for 4. I could be wrong on that. Maybe it's been longer. I don't know. I've lost count of how many years it's been. 90% done. Mid-November estimated release time. Huh. December. What a funny name for November. The point I'm trying to make is, it seems like the developers have abandoned this game. Let's be real, they kind of have. They are also trying to sell marketable plushies in the meantime. Personally, I don't think this is going to get funded. I think this fish won't even reach its sale, and in fact, I advocate for a boycott of this fish. I find it funny that they released a plushie, and within a few days it got to like 70-something sold, but it seems to have basically slowed down to a halt. And in fact, I'm even going to make the prediction, this plushie won't even sell. Because all the people who've decided to buy it already decided, like, before it even was released. And the rest of us could care less about spending $33 on a marketable plushie. Especially since it has no in-game reward to purchasing the plushie. Which makes it even less valuable. Because who the frick cares about marketable items? So it says here, Tomato X here says, the marketable plushie has gotten 16% of their goal in the first half hour, which is 32 plushies, and considering it's been a few days and that number's barely like tripled, I think the progress of the plushie selling has gone down to basically 0. Within the last day, only 3 plushies were sold, and I suspect this will continue to slow down as the days drag on. In fact, this is because the Wild West is a dead game, and I don't think this plushie will even be made. I, like many players, have been wondering, when will this game ever update? Maybe it will eventually, but probably not within our lifetimes. Now, many of you might be asking, why am I making this video? It's because I care about this game. I care about it a lot. I play it. I put hundreds of hours in this game, hell, maybe even over 1,000 at this point. I've gotten the best items in this game, and, well, it kind of sucks to see this game slowly die. Another reason I'm making this video is because I hope some dev watches this and maybe make some changes, or, you know, someone high up at Starboard Studios says, hey, we need to change something. I suspect the main culprit to why the developers are not updating the game is because this game has money issues. I know the official response from the Wild West on why they're taking so long to update is because the game is working on very old code that needs to be redone, and also they're working on a very complicated pathfinding features. But I suspect this is a lie. Well, not really a lie, but not the main reason. I understand that this is hard, that this must be really hard to develop and really time-consuming. I only think this is a half-truth. I think the main reason they're not updating is because of money issues. Let's be real, this game mainly operates off of selling game passes and donations. And the game passes are kinda mid. There's not really much in the way of microtransactions, as the game doesn't allow you to purchase cash or skins for that matter. I mean, I guess you can purchase like a suit if you have for VIP, but that's kind of it. Like, the amount of times they told us the Wild West will update has always been a lie. I suspect that this is a lie as well. Though it might be a half-truth is still a lie. Why don't I think the devs are being honest with us? For the simple fact is, why would they start telling the truth now? They've always told us lies. They've always said it's gonna come now, it's gonna come now. But it never does. The update never comes. They're only giving us, the community, the knowledge that developing is hard, which is true. I do understand it's hard, but they're trying not to tell us that it's because they treat this game as a hobby. They treat this game as like a hobby project. And as a hobby project, they don't want to add like microtransactions or things that seem like bad or wrong. But in reality, free-to-play games need microtransactions because you're not making any money off of just letting players play for free. And if you're not making money, you're not feeding You're not able to buy food, you're not able to pay rent, you're not able to pay developers who also need food and rent and water and all that shit. Now, I'm not asking for the developers to leak their finances or anything. In fact, I heavily advise against that. But it's okay to add microtransactions. It's a free-to-play game. Everybody knows that free-to-play games need to make money, and that way is through either microtransactions or selling cosmetics or something of that nature, because you gotta make money. It's a business. Like, honestly, I find it amazing that a game of this high caliber doesn't have microtransactions or like buyable cosmetics, a lot of them at least, because it must be hard to keep a game of this quality free of those things. What I'm trying to say is that if any developers watching, it's okay to do it. Sure, there'll be some people who will be like, oh, the Wild West is microtransactions now, gotta leave, hate the game. But the vast majority of us don't care and just want to see the game succeed. And if microtransactions has to be the way the game succeeds, then so be it, because it's a free-to-play game. It's not like this game costs money. It's not like you have to spend $10 to gain access to the game. If that was so, then you know what? Then maybe you could advise against it. But at the end of the day, in the real world, you gotta make money. And I suspect that the devs are hiding the truth from us, that the fact is that they're not making enough money to justify putting in so much effort, because they have to find other ways to make money and not spend as much time on in-game development, because they see this as only a hobby, as a hobby project, and not as a full-time job. That's really kind of all I have to say, is that we the players have been lied to. If anyone high up at Starboard Studios is listening, it's okay to add microtransactions. Because this game's got to update if it wants to survive. And it's sad to see such an amazing game be ignored and seems almost forgotten at times, with the lack of communication and the amount of times we the players have been lied to about when things will be done. Now, it would be really embarrassing if the progression update came tomorrow. But let's be real, I'm betting that's not going to happen, because it's been in purgatory for years. They've said it would update all the time, and then it never comes. Like how most recently they said it would come mid-November. I remember before they said it would come during one of the summer times. It never did. So if anyone at Starboard is listening, please do something, and don't just give us last year's Christmas update, because that's just kind of lame. Well, maybe do, if you can't do anything better, because you know an update's an update. An update's an update. It'll get players into the game. Better transparency, and maybe the idea of purchasable cosmetics and microtransactions for the sake of, keeping developers paid and happy so they can work on the game would be nice. Jeez, I suck at riding a horse. That's kind of the end of the video. That's all I really had to say. This last bit of the video will be to the people who, for some reason, care about my content. I'm just going to be saying, I don't know if I'm going to be making YouTube videos anymore. College has been a pain in the butt, especially since I'm going to be taking 13 credit hours in this coming spring, which is going to be totally fun. I'm working on my bachelor's degree in computer science, which is very fun. Very, very fun. I will start uploading again, if this game updates, but I'm kind of betting on this game is not going to update for a long time, and if it does, well, I'll be shocked. You could join my Discord in the description below, and maybe like and subscribe. I know I didn't say that in the video, but maybe. Yeah, that's about it. See you when the game updates. See you guys when progression comes, because if it doesn't come, I'm not freaking uploading.